Good morning. Good Wednesday morning. Almost said Tuesday. Good Wednesday morning, the 18th, I believe. I didn't put my watch on, but I believe it's the 18th. So, yeah, good to see you guys. How are you? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Pop on here on the chat. Let me know how you're doing today. Post in the thread. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Yeah. All right. Another beautiful rainy day here in southern Maine. Oh, well, I don't even look at the weather. I just look outside in the morning, see what we've got. See what we've got. How are you guys? Jason Rector is here. Good to see you, buddy. House of Pain. Great day. Yeah, baby. It's that Navy SEALs thing. We came to fuck shit up and get paid, and we already got paid. I like that. Shoot. What's up, Rachel? How are you? Good morning. Yeah, good to see you guys. We've been trying to make the Facebook thing public for a while, but Facebook changed something. So I don't know. We share it afterwards and make it public so that you guys can share it. But it's weird. Like during the call, it doesn't allow for me to get my comments on my screen. So if you see me looking down, it's just at my phone to catch you guys' comments. Good morning. Wendy's a 9.8. How could you not be, right? I mean, Dave Howard, how are you? Hump day. Yeah. Dave's at least a 9.5. We can count on that. Get up this morning, got a good workout in, pick things up, put them down. I'm up to, well, I have to be careful how much I try to bench. I don't want to hurt my shoulder, but I got 175 up for 8 reps today. So pushing toward 200. So we'll see. Maybe get that by, I don't know, tomorrow. I like bench work. Okay, bench work. Pounds, baby, pounds. Yeah. How are you guys? What's happening? Let's see what's going on here on Instagram. Oh, yeah. I have to tell Instagram we're going live. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Shit. It's a lot running the knobs and the controls. Get it figured out. Wendy's in the background posting the links for me. I'm sure she loves that every single day. Yeah. I'm freaking beast, Dave. Yeah. Well, I will say that's on the Smith machine, so I don't know. Maybe not as much if it was like free bench, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't really have a spotter, so and I don't really care to do like that 1 rep max thing, dude. I'm 55. Let's lift some weights and stay strong. So, but I'm also competitive, so I want to see how much we can see what we can do. So I try to go like 12 reps, 8 reps, and then 6 reps of something. So kind of walk it down. Yeah, how much you bench there, Jackie? I'm talking about bench work, baby. Pieces, pounds. There's Bubba. What's going on, buddy? How we doing? I think Bubba's over in Pensacola. I think Steve's headed that way for an event. And got a bunch going on. So, geez, that's a hot place to be. Dustin Hippensteel will probably see you guys. He jumps on now and then. He's down in that area or right in Pensacola. So, yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, let's continue our quest to improve company culture. Here's Roy Dahl. We can get started now. Anybody seen Bunker? I was gonna wear his hat today too. The Bunker building and remodeling hat. I'll do it later today on our coaching call. Surprise him. So 20 cup of coffee curls every morning minimum for Bob. Yeah. So yeah, actually, so there's a lot of workouts I've done I haven't really given myself credit for. For sure. It's funny. Wendy doesn't mind getting up, but it's not, I'll say, isn't good at it. Like I'm jumped up and I'm like, hey, what are we doing today? And she's kind of like, you might want to just step away for a moment. Allow me to ease into the day. So I don't have a lot to say when we come down to work out, but till we get things going on. Threw on a little Sammy Kershaw this morning. We got old school on that. Yeah, let's get this party started, Dave. So building and nurturing your company culture. As we said yesterday, culture isn't just created, it's maintained. Okay. It's one thing to define your values, okay? All your stuff, your values, your behaviors. It's another to ensure that they're lived out consistently by every team member and you every day. So today we're going to explore how to nurture your company culture so that it grows, so that it stays strong and continues to attract the right talent. All right. It's all tied together, guys. So let's talk about the role of leadership in cultivating culture. This is on you. If you're the leader, you're the owner, you're the manager, it's truly on you. You set the tone for the culture. The leaders set the tone. Everybody that's in the leadership position, their actions, decisions, behavior serve as ultimate example for the rest of the team. If leadership doesn't model the culture, it becomes impossible for the employees to follow suit. Okay. Rachel says she agrees with Wendy style. Ease into the morning. Nah, I just blast off. I come right out of bed, land right in my jeans. Both legs at the same time. Bam, we're off and running. If we don't have anything to do, we'll break something so we can fix it, right? Bubba says, so Wendy is the queen of your double wide trailer with your polyester curtain and your redwood deck. Absolutely. Bubba, when that song comes on, we just go ham. Still got her number, but I can't reach her. We were hitting the Sammy Kershaw hard this morning. Love it. Yeah, yesterday was Eagles, but I'm going to take it up a notch this morning. So, yeah, guys, leaders set the tone for the culture. All right. So lead by example. If you want honesty in your workplace, be transparent with your team. If you want collaboration, actively encourage that in your own leadership style, right? It's not rocket science. Empower leaders within your team to take ownership of cultural practices. This is how we do it here. It's not, it's not just top down. It should be owned by everyone. It's not like, well, if Bubba, go ahead and do that as long as Bubba doesn't catch you doing it. No, this is how we do it here. Charlie Daniels of the Tour Grinch. Touring Man is here. Good to see you, buddy. We're having a good time. Glad you showed up. Oh, Touring Man, get yourself a little Sammy Kershaw. Put that in your headphones and your helmet, and get back to me tomorrow. Yeah. All right. You can't assume. So you have to be consistent with this stuff, right? You can't assume that everyone knows or lives by your company culture unless you actively communicate it. Do people know the culture that you want communicated and upheld? Consistent messaging reinforces values and ensures that everyone is aligned. Okay, how do we do that? How do we nurture that? We regularly communicate the company's culture and cultural expectations during team meetings, newsletters, one-on-one conversations, employee reviews. Use tools like your daily roundup, you get together, weekly touch points, reminding employees about the importance of the culture and behaviors. Okay, create visual cues. Hey, posters, things on the wall. If you got a shop, put those messages on there. Put your core values up. Make it visible. Okay. All right. So if you bring on like as your team grows, cultural fit becomes even more critical, right? If you bring on people who don't align with your values and culture, they can dilute your efforts and disrupt the work environment, right? Yeah. Wendy's putting the links in. Grab those, guys. So let me see, where was I on my notes? So yeah, during interviews, we're asking people, how would you respond to something like this? What would you do if this happened, right? Get a little feedback on that. See what you're going to be dealing with. Why hire somebody that is not going to be a cultural fit? Okay. And the other thing, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, recognition and celebrating wins, right? Just acknowledging behaviors that align with your culture is going to reinforce those behaviors, not unlike parenting, right? Hey, good job. Boom. You get this. You get a treat. The dog is a treat, right? But seriously, though, guys, recognition builds morale, makes people feel valued. Wouldn't you want to work at a place where you knew you were valued? Okay. How do you do this? Well, just publicly celebrate employees that embody the company's values. It's that simple, right in front of everybody. Hey, Bubba, you're doing a great job. I really appreciate what you did the other day when this popped up. It was really cool how you handled that. So maybe you have a culture champion. Maybe you have an employee of the month. There's a reason these kinds of practices have transcended time because they work. Create small wins and celebrate together. Whether it's, hey, we want to complete this big project or, upholding core values in a tough situation. Okay. Then we want to foster employee growth and development right along with this, right? This is daily, guys. This is a muscle you need to exercise, right? Why does it matter? Well, a culture that promotes growth and development will not only keep employees engaged, but also empower them to help evolve the company culture. Pretty simple, right? I like that one. When employees feel supported in their personal and professional development, they feel more invested in the success of the organization. It's really just that simple. And I boil it down to this. Let's all be pulling on the same end of the rope. We all want to win, right? How do we nurture this? Well, offer training and mentorship programs. This is how we do it. If somebody needs a little bit of work in that area, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and this guy is more of a dad to this employee than the employee has ever had. You find yourself in that role, guys, you have way more influence than you give yourselves credit for. Okay. And then provide a space for these people to share feedback. People that are on your team, it's going to make them feel heard and involved in shaping the company's culture. They say, hey, I've noticed that this happens and we kind of fall short. What do you recommend? Well, this is what I recommend. Let's do that and try it. Okay. Create space for employees to lead initiatives that align with your company values, company core values, right? Okay. Couple of things. We want to reflect on leadership and ownership, right? Take a moment today and just reflect on how you, as a leader, are nurturing the culture in your organization. You just kind of kicking the ball down the road? Is it we're just doing this because, this is kind of how we've always done it? No. Are you leading by example? Are you reinforcing the company's core values? What actions can you take today to foster a more inclusive and positive culture? If you want it, you got to go get it. Simple but not easy, Rachel says. Yeah. Implement a small change today, this week, to nurture some cultural changes, cultural improvements in your company, okay? What's one small thing? What's one small change you can make today to improve or nurture your company culture? Maybe it's introducing just a weekly shout-out program. Maybe it's having a one-on-one conversation with an employee about their development. Hey, let's just chat. I liked how you did this, and I'd like to see that. Guys, nurturing culture, it's not a one-time task. It's like if you're working on your personal development, you're like, am I ever going to get there? Nope. You're just getting better all the time. It's a continuous process. Your company grows. As your company grows, your culture will evolve. It's your job to keep it strong and aligned, because as your company grows, your culture can devolve as well. When your culture is thriving, everything else falls into place. There'll be things happening that you just don't even see. It just becomes innate. It becomes part of who the team is, who they are. The team will be happier, more engaged, more productive, and the business is going to thrive. Simple as that. Okay. Culture is how you make people feel. Okay. And how you make people feel is how they perform. That's another one of those quotes that's unknown. So we'll say Bob Turner. Maybe I'll get credit for that someday. Guys, I appreciate you listening to this. Hopefully it helped. Think about one small action you can take today to nurture your company culture. It may sound woo-woo. You may be like, whatever. We just got to get some work done. We got to sell some shit and make the cash register ring. Yeah, right. But do you notice yourself going through people? Do you notice that people only stay a year or two or less? Do you notice that they don't ever recommend somebody work there? If you're picking up on some of those things, then maybe you have a cultural problem or where you can make a change. So pay attention to what's going on. Dig in. Don't stick your head in the sand to this kind of stuff. I've worked in places like that where, it's just the culture just wasn't great. And You are what you surround yourself with. So as a team member or employee, didn't feel very good. Wanted out of there. So and people people don't leave companies, they leave poor leaders. They leave leaders, poor leaders, people with lack of leadership. I've done that, and I'm sure maybe you have too. So Josh Baker is here. Matt Moore is here. Good morning, guys. Yeah, smile for everyone, Rachel says. She's got a whole bunch of stuff. Rachel's got some great comments there today. Josh says perception is reality. Guys, the Steve Rosenberg link is in here. Check it out. We'd love to have you July 14th and 15th. Wendy and I will be in Houston with Steve and several others, some of whom are on this thread. We'd love to see you down in Houston. If you want more information, click on the link. DM me if you want to talk about, hey, what goes on down there? How could I benefit from it? Is this for me? Give me a call. Let me know. Yeah, Rachel says put chat values in Chat GPT. Create interview questions. Awesome. Yeah, leverage Chat GPT. Check out Tyler Kirk's Legacy Media website. Check out Bailey's website and her Instagram. Okay, 21 Digital. She's adding clients all the time. Yeah, and our YouTube channel. 270 something subscribers now, and this is day 174 of hashtag live 365. Not even close to stopping. Foot on the gas. And we were talking, we have in our one-on-one coaching group, a one-on-one client of our group coaching, a group of our one-on-one clients there. Guys like Mark Bunker and Josh Baker and Bubba Hogan, all these guys that I work with individually. We all get on a call every Tuesday at 1. And we were talking yesterday about discipline. And, I was mentioning, like, I'm disciplined. I come down here and do this every day. Why can't I just hit the weights? Right. So that's what I'm working on, is like taking the habits and disciplines that I've been able to display at this level and pour those into making sure that we get up every day at 5:30 and move the needle. Okay. The day here starts now at 5:30 every day. I've been up since 5, but 5:30 every day. And it's much like, Bubba will tell you, hey man, if you're struggling with getting to the gym, just go to the gym, open the door, close the door, get back in your car and go home. Do that for a couple of days, then go in, then do one exercise, then go home. Do that for a couple of days. Establish the habit. Okay. So that's what we're doing right now. And I want to just publicly commend one of our clients, Larry White, who got up this morning and did a workout. He said on the call yesterday, I'm doing the workout tomorrow morning. He did it. He posted the picture. Proud of him. I like seeing that. And that's the power of the community. People get stuff done. Steve Rosenberg says, catch lightning in a bottle this July with the whole team. Yeah. And Bubba and I have a little contest going on. Hey, Bubba, I see what you're doing there. I was talking to Roy about it yesterday, and he said, yeah, Bubba already talked to me about it. I'm like, oh. 5:30, that's cute. Yeah, we sleep in around here, Steve. We don't get up at 3:45. Holy shit. I'm still recovering. Sent Steve a picture of my weights this morning, and he was already on his way out of town and already did his cardio. Like, I'm not getting the drop on this guy. It's like, you ever see that movie, what was it, Heartbreak Ridge? And Clint Eastwood he comes out, he's the drill instructor. The gunnery, sorry, they call him Gunny. And every day, if the guys didn't have the same color T-shirt on that he had on, he'd make them run. And this went on for days and days and days. And he would say, improvise, adapt, overcome. And then one day, one of the guys in the platoon ran into the woman that did the Gunny's laundry. And he said, oh, and she had red shirts and yellow shirts and black shirts and green shirts stacked up. And he said, oh, so you know what color shirt he's wearing tomorrow? She said, I do. Oh, okay. So he came out the next day. I can't remember what color it was. Let's just say red. He's wearing a red shirt, and he looks up, and the whole platoon's wearing red shirts. And he just looks at him and goes, and they figured it out. So you guys figure it out. Adapt, overcome, improvise. Yeah. Improvise, adapt, overcome. I'm not sure what order he said it in, but I believe Heartbreak Ridge was the movie. And Good stuff. Bubba Hogan says Steve may wake up at 3:45, but I know he doesn't get to the gym before 4:30. I will give Bubba his props. We rolled in there at 4:30, and he was spitting nails. He'd been there since 4. Steve said, I said I was getting up at 3:45. I didn't say I was going to be at the gym at 4. Bubba's like, you said you were going to be here at 4. Shoot. He's on the exercise bike going at it. So we had a good time. And guys, I'll say misery loves company, but it wasn't miserable. It's easier to get stuff done like that when you got somebody you're rolling with and doing it with. So it's been great to have Wendy here, and we're just kind of doing it together. We're like, hey, this is going to be our thing. We're doing this. There's absolutely no reason, if you own your own business or you're in a leadership role, or frankly, even if you're working as an employee, Bob slowed me down, yeah, that you can't get up and do your thing, right? And I found this out with the Iron. Steve, you knew I did a couple Ironmans, right? I don't know if you knew what those were back there, but anyway, I had to go there. When I did my training, I always knew that if I didn't get it done first thing in the morning, the probability that it was going to happen at all that day dropped by probably 50%. So get it done in the morning if you can. I was talking to Larry yesterday. He's like, hey, I get up at 5, I have a cup of coffee and start working. Well, guys, we own our own business. You don't answer to anybody. You don't punch a time clock. And if you're creating a business, and Steve will tell you this, he told me this the other day. If you're creating a business that doesn't allow you to take care of yourself and get up in the morning and kind of go at it, congratulations, you just built yourself a job. And when he said that, I was like, well, fuck. I guess he's right. So screw that. We're not doing that. We're going to take the time to make sure we can take care of ourselves, because if we're not healthy and we're not able to do what we love, we're not going to be here. Yeah. Rachel says, as a leader, no matter what, someone is watching you. Yeah. Absolutely. And you guys know the saying, little eyes are watching. Good morning, Tim Bartolini. See you in Houston. Jason, are you going to come to Houston? Jason's been there. Yeah, good to see you guys. Steve, I know you're traveling. Safe travels. Keep it between the lines. Must feel weird for you, like driving a car. They just fly everywhere. I wonder why you didn't fly. But anyway, yeah, guys, the link is in the comments. If Steve has opened this thing up to everybody. It's normally I think he charged $3,600 or $4,000 to go to this event, and it's worth every bit of it. But if you want to come and check it out in July, all you have to do is get yourself there. So it's going to be great. Literally, and I've seen this a few times now, Steve is going to literally infuse you with 2 days full of business knowledge, everything from sales, marketing, systems, processes, disc profile stuff, figuring out who you are, who you're hiring, all of that stuff, every bit of it. It's just like one person said last week, I felt like I was just drinking from a fire hose. Dan Bennett was there. He ended up jumping on to Steve's program, which is great. We can tell you about that. Good stuff. So we'd love to see you there. It's Monday and Tuesday, July 14th and 15th. Hit me up. I can get you connected with where to stay and all that jazz. We usually, there's people around. Steve provides lunch both days and a happy hour on Monday afternoon after the gig. So, and he goes end line to end line. This thing, we're there at 9 a.m. and he doesn't come off the gas until 5. Last time I was like, dude, wrap it up. Well, we have a good time, and he goes all in. Bubba says, give me a call. I'll set you up with VIP package, unlike general admission Bob does. See, Bubba, he's always hitting me below the belt, just like that. Jason, negative Ghost Rider. If you want to level up, go. Yeah, we'd love to see you, Jason. We'll see you at the next one, or one of the ground school things. And so, yeah, guys, I would love to have you check it out. Maybe a VIP barbecue on Sunday. Steve just popped that in. So, yeah, I challenge you to come and just take a deep dive on your business and yourself. You always hear me say, get in the right rooms. This is the right room. Okay. He's not coming off the gas. I'm not coming off the gas until the last person leaves. All right. We want you guys to win. I believe Bubba will be there. I know Bubba will be there. I don't know will Richard be back from his world cruise? I don't know. We'll get Richard. So Richard Nordheim is one of our coaches, one of the guys that runs our DSA call. So speaking of DSA, I will be on at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central today, running what we call the Daily Sales Accelerator. If you guys, Wendy, I think you popped that in the chat. Could you pop it in again just so everybody has it? Hop in there. You can get a free 7-day trial. If you're having trouble with that, just shoot me a DM on Facebook. I'll give you the link. We'll get you on there so you can check it out. And guys, when you join this, the Daily Sales Accelerator, it's for your whole team. A lot of coaching programs, it's just, you join and it's just you. And so here you are leveling up you, and I got to share this with the team. I got to share this with the team. Steve's very generous in that, hey, if you're going to buy into the program, bring your team. We want your whole team to get better. Your whole team needs to know that it's time to level up and that you're making the changes that you need to make as a leader and a business owner to put the business on a path for success. Okay. So if you're having trouble with that, if you're struggling with personal stuff, personal development, business development, this is a place to be every day at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. It's called the Daily Sales Accelerator. Today we talk revenue. All right. So I'll be there talking revenue. Monday, we talked mindset. Okay. We talked about burning the boats and committing to the business, or maybe it's your side hustle, the thing you haven't gone all in yet. Yesterday was handling objections. Steve handled that call, talked all about handling objections in your sales experience. So it's sales driven. And to that end, on Thursdays, oftentimes Bubba Hogan will lead the call and take you right through a sales role play right on the call. And afterwards, we'll give you feedback. Oftentimes, Steve jumps on, I'll be on, Richard will jump on. So you're getting a look from about 4 different personalities and coaches and approaches to sales. Okay. So check that out. Friday, what we call Free Will Friday, Freewheeling or Free Will Friday. I call it open coaching. I might even be doing that this week too. I'm not sure. Maybe it's Steve. But either way, we get on there, bring your stuff. Okay. If you've got a challenge you're having with your business, you want to throw it in front of the group, throw it in front of a coach. It's live coaching right there on the spot. So Rachel says, would this be helpful for someone who aspires to be a coach? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Come on down for sure. Alex says, I'm not an owner and it's well worth it, not only for business, but for personal. Yeah. Alex is not an owner, but he's also and I know this to be true, he's a key person. He's a key operator in the business. And Bill Gustafson, the owner of the business, put Alex in that room to make sure that Alex gets what he needs for training to be able to operate at a high level. So guys, nothing better out there right now. Steve says you have to change to change. The link is in the comments. I would love to see you today at 10:30 Eastern. Come and check out the Daily Sales Accelerator. And I would challenge you that if you come once, I know you're going to want to come again. So we'll make it open to you. It's going to be closing down and going membership only very soon. So not to try to scare you with some scarcity, but I know that in our meetings we've been talking about that. At some point we're closing the door and saying, okay, this is membership only, and we're gonna go forward. So yeah, Steve says it's the business of you. Bubba says absolutely for someone looking to be a coach. Why you think Bob is there? Man, he's tough on me. Did you guys know Bubba turned 50 years old yesterday? Big 5-0, yeah. I always like to share the saying. One of my favorite country music stars of years past, Waylon Jennings, says, geez, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. So, well, so many zingers today. Oh, yeah. Rachel, you ought to be around when it's in person. You got to have thick skin in this crew, but we all have a blast, love one another, and have each other's back. And that's when you know you're in the right area, in the right room, and with the right people. So get around people that'll stick up for you in rooms that you're not in, right? So anyway, guys, this has been great. I'd love to see you at 10:30 today on the Daily Sales Accelerator. We would love to have you in Houston on July 14th and 15th. We do it every single month. It's August 4th and 5th, I believe it is. In September, help me out with that, Steve, with the September one. Anyway, check out that link. It's got it on the website. They're all right there. Bob knows who loves them. I do. Guys, Hey, remember, share it, okay? We came up with a hashtag last week, SBS, share Bob's shit, okay? Hashtag SBS. Share this, okay? Invite people to the Summit Facebook group. It's the only way we grow this thing. We're closing in on 2,000 members. Hey, Rachel, thanks for inviting people yesterday. I appreciate that. That was good of you. So we're close. I didn't check this morning, but yesterday we were at like 1,964. So we needed 36 more. So invite. Let's hit that 2,000. Okay, guys, have a great day today. Bubba, enjoy what is now, you're now in your 51st year. So when you thought you were 50, but you're working on your 51st year. Guys, have a great day. Do something for someone else today. All right, make somebody's day. Ask yourself this: who needs to hear from you? And finally, take a minute and just sit and think about what is the culture in your company, what things need to change, and how can you move the needle just a little bit, maybe just one thing today or this week to make where you work or the company and business that you own and your team a little bit better place to be. All right, SBS, I'm out. See you guys. Appreciate it. This was fun today. Take care.